Hello children, please sit down. My name is Maria and I'm your new teacher of Russian language. I was asked to be a teacher at least for this period of time, so today is going to be our very first Russian language lesson. We're going to go through a couple of different things, so we'll talk about that a bit later. Let's start with opening up our textbooks and writing down my name. Once again, my name is Maria. Excuse my messy blackboard here. It's Maria. Or in Russian, it's Maria. Same way as in English, but you will need to roll your tongue. Maria. Very good. So it's Maria or Maria. I am a new teacher in your school, so please be patient with me. I will try to make this lesson as easy on you to understand as possible. I'm hoping to be informative and interesting enough so you can learn a few things about Russian language. Let me just put these things away. I have my notepad to do some notes that I have some notes into. Then I have this book that I actually will need to fill out a few forms if you don't mind. It will take just 1 second. You can meanwhile open up your textbooks and just look through them. Okay, today is the 16th of February 2012 and I'm really happy to be here. I have some forms that I need to fill out, some receipts and some notepads that I was asked to date and complete. So let me just go through some of them. Okay, and this class consists of 30 people, is that correct? Okay, 30 students. Very good. Okay. Now, this is your very first Russian language class, is that correct? Okay. Very good. Do you guys study any other language? Spanish? Okay. So this is going to be your third language. Very good. Very well. So I hope you guys enjoyed your vacation time. I sure did. Yes. Sometimes you really need it, don't you? And I have some forms. Okay. I think that's about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yes, I think that's about all. Let me put it back in here. Some other forms, but I will complete that a bit later. Okay. Alright, let me have a sip of water. Okay, so Russia. Write it down, please. Or Россия. Russia or Russia. Russia covers up to 17.1 million square kilometers of surface of Earth. So it is the largest country on our planet. It neighbors to huge, big, and very important countries such as China and many other countries, and Europe including. It has the greatest deposits of the natural resources such as oil, copper, gold, platinum, natural gas, and many other things. It is very important to know things about Russia because it has different cultures in it, and it has a long historic background. I could actually give you a history lesson one day if you'd like to. It doesn't have to be about Russia, but I would be gladly to give you a lesson on geography or history. I also have this Russian dollhouse as a symbol of Russia. It has a beautiful face, some paintings on the bottom there, just to create a theme for you. So, Russia. Now, let me start the lesson by starting off explaining to you and trying to remember the alphabet sounds. Please excuse my moving board over here. It's not attached properly. Okay, so I brought the tables charts with me, so I will hang them. Can you see it this way? I believe you can. Very good. Okay, now the second one. And the last one, a very short one. Alright, very good. So, let me read them. Let me read the letters for you first. You can follow me and repeat it if you'd like to. So, it's A, B, V, Г, Д, Е, Ё, Ж, З, И, К, Л, М, Н, О, П, Р, С, Т, У, Ф, Х, Ц, Ч, Ш, Щ, твердый знак, И, мягкий знак, Ю, Я. So let's start looking a bit closer at these sounds. Now, I made some examples on the bottom here. I'm not sure if you can see it clearly. I'll try to zoom it in a bit closer so you can see a bit better. Now, I put some example words of the sound so you can recognize it better a little bit. So, for example, the sound ah you would hear in a word such as ask, but in British English form. Then, for example, a sound b, like in a word buy, v, like in a word visit, g, like in a word get, d, like in a word did. Yeah is a little bit of a complex sound, so it consists of two parts, such as y and e, like in a word yes. So that's a sound yeah. Then a sound yo. It also consists of two sounds, y and o, and it sounds like yo, like your, but without an r in the end. Are you following me, guys? All right. Then a sound je. Je. You can hear. I was looking for an appropriate word, and I found a word usual, and you say the sound j in it, even though it doesn't seem like it should be. It still is. So, for example, usual, usual, and this is the j. Then the sound z, like in a zoo, for example. Then the sound e, like a double e. It's a long e, like in a word free. Then a sound e. I'll actually explain this one to you a little bit better. Like you would hear it in a word soy, joy, boy, anything ending with the y. Sometimes in last names, in Russian names, you would a lot of times see ending of the last name this way, e and then y. Why is that? Does anybody know that? The answer? That is a female form of the last name. So this is this e and e, e and e. That will show a male form of a last name. They can be a female form and a male form. So in the future, if you don't know why Russian people a lot of times have this long ending, that's because it differentiates male last name from a female last name. Okay. Then a sound k, just like in your k, like kites, kike, anything like that. L like in lock, M like in dom, home, just a sharp M. N that looks like your H, it's actually in our language, it's an N, like in nose. Then a sound O. It's not as soft O like you would have it in English, but it's a sharp, long O, like O in a word auto, and not the ending O, but that's the first two letters one. So with our O, you will need to elongate your jaw, just drop your jaw and pronounce O as a full sound, not just O. Sorry for a little technical problems. So as I was saying, that is the sound O. The next sound is the sound P. You would hear it in a word. For example, pets. The next one is the sound R. That is the one that is so different from other languages. You will need to roll your tongue to actually pronounce it properly. Like in the word rest, but you need to roll your tongue. Like in my name, for example, Maria and Maria. You can see a little bit of a difference there. Then the letter S, like in the word Sam, son, se. A letter T, also very close to your pronunciation, and like in the word desk, for example. Then the word a letter U, that would sound like in the word boom. Then the letter F, like in the word fact. H, like in the word home, hammer, hamster. A letter C. I found a really good example, like in the word that's in the end. This ending is the one that sounds like a sound C. So it's C or it's. Then a sound Ch, like in the word cheek. Then a sound word letter. I'm sorry, I keep messing it up. I'm just a little bit nervous. I apologize. So, she, like in a word crush, or rush, or sh. shampoo, anything like this with the sh. Then a sound sh, which is very similar to a letter sh, but it's a little bit stronger. So it's sh. The best example is when the sh is doubled, like in the word rush ship. This way it turns out to be close to sh as possible in the as an example for the Russian pronunciation. So once again, this is a sh, this is a sh, like crush or rush ship. This is a твердый знак or hard sign. This is a soft sign or a мягкий знак. These two sounds are not pronounced. They are there, actually there in the speech, just to soften up or harden up the sound or the letter standing behind it. This one will obviously harden it up because it's a hard sign. This one will soften it up because it's a soft sign. Then the next sound is the sound oi. We're gonna try and repeat it right now. Oi. I can only describe it in one way. If you open up your mouth and you drop your jaw a bit, you pull your tongue to the back and try to pronounce a sound between I and you, as you push your tongue from the back up into the front and touch your teeth, your lower teeth with your tongue. Oi. We can try it all together. Oi. So move your tongue from the back up to the front to touch your teeth and pronounce a sound from between I and you. Oi. Oi. It's a very interesting sound. I think you will be able to learn it over the time, but it's a very important sound and it's used in many words. Then the sound a, which is pretty simple, just like in the word addict. A sound u, like in the word you, and the sound ya, just like in the word yum. Okay. So that's about it for the letters. Let me take it off. Sorry about that. My blackboard is about to fall on me. Okay. I'm hoping it's fun so far. I know there were a lot of requests for you to try and learn some Russian language. Sorry about that. So I try to make it as interesting for you as possible. So now I'm going to teach you how to write a couple of sentences in Russian language, and I think it could be very helpful to you too, because me personally, I always feel so honored and so surprised and flattered when another person who I know doesn't speak Russian would say something in Russian, and it's always so wonderful. So I would strongly recommend you learn some words in every language that you can, just to surprise people, just to have a conversation piece, because it's always interesting to hear some sentences with an accent, for example. And also, overall, I think it's pretty cool to know, to know other languages, at least some words or sentences from them. I think it's a good idea to learn a few. So I'll teach you a couple phrases. First one is, I think because we just passed the Valentine's Day, we can learn something about love. And that will be the sentence, Я тебя люблю. So, in English, it sounds, I love you. Let's write it down. Make sure that you're writing it down. I love you. And let's put a little heart at the end, just for cuteness. Alright, so in Russian it sounds Я тебя люблю. So it's Я. Oh, I'm sorry. It's going to be Я люблю тебя. It's going to be just a little bit a different form of the same sentence, which means the same thing. So it's Я люблю тебя. Okay. Where I is a я in this sentence. Love. Is люблю. Okay. And you is тебя. So you is тебя. And I'm going to write it in transcription now so you can pronounce it and learn how to pronounce it easier. So the word я is going to be written like this so you can so you can understand it easier and remember how you pronounce it. Я люблю. Same way, I'm going to make a transcription. I will put these letters in capitals just to mark a stress point in the word. So, люблю, stressing out the second part of the word. Я люблю, and then тебя. Don't forget to write it down, please. Sorry, it didn't fit there completely. I apologize. So, тебя, бя is also a stress point in this word. So it goes Я люблю тебя. Я люблю тебя. Stressing the end of the word in the word люблю and бя. Did you remember it? Let's repeat it all together. Я люблю тебя. Very good. Anybody having any problems with this sentence? You do? Okay. Alright guys, make sure that you write it all down and let me help out this young friend of mine here, and I'll be right back with you. Make sure that you write it down properly. Okay? Let me get a pencil. Okay. Alright, you having some problems? Alright, which word is it? Is it the whole sentence? Okay, what do you not understand? You want me to repeat it again? I can write it down for you and maybe explain it to you on the paper here better. Is it okay? Okay, let's do that. I need you to look down a bit, okay? On your sheet here, on your notepad. Okay. Alright, so it's The last sentence that I'm going to introduce you to is going to be spasiba, which is just a thank you in Russian. Alright, so it's spasiba, bo, spa, siba. Okay. That would be in transcription, of course. In English, that means thank you. So it's spasiba, spa, and the stress part is the second half of the word. Si, right here, right here. Spasiba, spasiba. All right. Well, I think that was easy enough to understand. Okay. All right, guys. Sorry for all the technical problems. It is my first time being a teacher, so I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I hope it was information. I hope I provided enough information, and I hope everything was understandable enough. I will try to do a better job maybe next time. But I thank you so much for being patient and for your attention, for your lovely suggestions. And I will see you very soon again. Thank you.